What's up, everybody? It's once again, it's your boy Adam. Hashtag homeless, day 30. 30 days. 30 days of this craziness. It's I can't even wrap my head around this. What's going on right now? This just watching someone. Oh yeah, that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Let your dog take a big dump in the middle of the park and just walk away. Even though he's 5 feet from the stack of doggy doo-doo bags that you're supposed to use to pick up your dog poop. The dude's 5 feet away. He could reach over and just grab the bag, but, just walk away. Because, that's how people are now. I like to come to the park and dump my trash here, and, that's why Jamestown can't have nice things. Because the people here are trash. That just threw me off. I guess I have a few things to talk about. I got 2 hours to kill before the library opens, and I had to get out of the shelter. There are things in the shelter that really get under my skin. This is my only experience with living in one of these places, and as far as I'm aware, and as far as the research I've done, it's actually a really nice, really good place. My belongings are safe. I feel pretty safe. They feed us really well. I mean, there's a lot there. It's mostly positive, but like any situation, especially in this kind of thing, it's not supposed to be a great place. It's not supposed to be the kind of place that you just want to unpack your stuff and stay forever. They kind of have to make it. They have to make it a little bit undesirable just to motivate you to get out of there and get your life together. And so there are just some things that get under my skin to the point where I got to get out of there. I'd rather go sit in the park for 2 hours, just relax, listen to the birds chirp, all that kind of stuff, without it's more peaceful. I'm going to the library. I'm just going to keep jamming and cranking and grinding away at the things I'm working on. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do today. But things that I've seen, and I've done a little bit of homework. I'm looking at what the homeless shelters in Pittsburgh are going to look like, and the day that my probation officer told me that I'm going to have to pack my bags and move to Pittsburgh, the day before he told me that, the biggest homeless shelter in Pittsburgh burned down. So I don't even know if I'm going to find a place to sleep when I get there. I mean, what's the synchronicity of, the biggest homeless shelter in Pittsburgh burned down, nobody can stay there. And by the way, you're moving to Pittsburgh. We're not telling you when, but, get ready to pack your bags. I don't know what's going to happen. But when I've done some homework. I've looked and I've read the stories. I've had this experience. And, I used to wonder, just like a lot of you would wonder, why would a guy choose to be homeless and live out on the streets or live in the woods when there are shelters that will take you in? And now that I'm experiencing all of this and I'm getting a taste of it, there are people out there who have been through a hell of a lot worse than I'm going through. So, keep that in mind. But just the little taste that I'm getting right now, I completely understand why people would choose to go out in the street, sleep under a bridge, live out in the woods, go into survival mode instead of going to there's like a spider web in front of me here. I understand completely why people would choose to do that. People don't like being, grown men don't like being treated like they're 4 years old. I'm just going to leave it at that. Let's see, this morning, I got a few little tidbits I could share. This morning I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed, as you know, these waves go through me, thinking too much about what could happen in the future when the future's not here yet. And there was a meme that popped up in front of me this morning, and it was a guy looking at a staircase, a really tall staircase, and the caption said, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you're looking at something that looks overwhelming, just focus on one step at a time. And the next picture, it was a 2-picture meme, and the second picture was the guy focused on the first step and pretty much ignoring all the other steps and just looking at the first step. And it reminded me of a experience that I had back in the day down in Garrett County, Maryland. There's a place called Savage Mountain. Yeah, Big Savage Mountain. And it's the highest point. No, it's not the highest point, but it's one of the highest points in the state of Maryland. It's in the Appalachian Mountain Range. It's the area is the tallest area around, and this range of mountains juts up into across the Pennsylvania border, and the tallest point in Pennsylvania is not terribly far from the top of this mountain. So it's up there in terms of where we are. It's 44,000 to 4,500 feet or something like that, and that's pretty tall for this area. At the top of this mountain, there's a hiking trail. There's multiple hiking trails that lead to the same point, and at the top of this mountain, there's this rickety old fire tower, steel fire tower. And there was no fence around it. There's no signs saying don't climb it. But it's about 150 feet tall, and it doesn't look like it would be that scary when you're standing at the bottom of it. But as soon as you start climbing up this tower, let's say there's about 6 platforms on the way up to the top, and on the top of the tower there's this bunkhouse with windows. And, it's where the ranger would climb up there, and basically maybe there was a chair and a desk up there, and they would sit there all day, looking for fires. And so you get up to about the second platform of the 5. And you're above, the trees are very stunted at the tops of these mountains because of the fierce winds that come through. The trees can only grow to a certain height. They're all midget trees, dwarf trees, whatever you want to call them, and they're all twisted and weird looking. But when you get to the second platform on this rickety tower, you feel that wind. That wind is ripping through, and it could be a calm day. You could feel no wind when you're standing at the bottom of the tower. You get up to the second platform, and it feels like gale force winds just trying to blow you right off the tower. It's crazy. And you look over, now the top of the mountain is on a cliff. So even if you're at the bottom of the fire tower, you can look over the edge of this cliff, and it's hundreds of feet, a drop in front of you. So now you're on the second platform of this rickety tower. You can feel the tower swaying back and forth and back and forth, and there's a handrail about this big around, just a single piece of steel, and there's stairs missing. There's stairs with big cracks in them. There's nothing to stop you from falling off of this thing at all. And you look over to the edge, and you're not just looking down at the ground, but you're looking down off the edge of that cliff, and you're seeing for miles in every direction, and it's daunting. And it's like, and combined with the fact that this thing is old and falling apart, and you're swaying back and forth, and it's crazy. So we had been going to this thing for years, and I had gotten up to the second platform probably 5 or 6 times, and I would not go any farther. I was I have a little bit of thing with heights sometimes, and this was just too much. I'd get up there and I'd be like, we're done. I'm coming back down. And so I did this for a long time. Well, I showed up one day. I was camping with this girlfriend of mine, and we hiked up the trail to the fire tower. And I thought, I'm like, we're just going to go see the fire tower, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to go see the fire tower, and we're going to come back down. It's a cool thing to see. Well, we get there, and the girlfriend is like, I'm going up. And she was just like, right up the stairs, all the way up to the top like it was nothing. And she's like looking out the window down at me, hi, and like, I'm just like, oh no. Now, she stayed up there for a few minutes. I'm down at the bottom, I'll try to catch you if you fall. She was like, come on up. And I'm like, I'm good. But I'm thinking, we can't leave this fire tower without me going up there, or else I'm just going to be the biggest pussy that ever walked the face of the earth in her mind. So I'm going to have to figure this out. And so she comes back down, and we're sitting there. We have a snack. We have a drink of water. And she's like, so you going up? Come on, what's going on? What are you waiting for? I know you want to go up there and get some pictures. And so I'm like, okay. And so the way that I was able to do it is, number one, I'm motivated. I don't want to look like a complete pansy in front of this girl who just went up there like it was nothing. And so the way that I was able to convince myself to do it was, all I did was look down. I zeroed in, laser focused, tunnel vision on each step and each handhold all the way up. I never looked to the left, to the right. I never looked down off the stairs. I looked directly at the steps, and I just looked at them. I had no idea. Where I was on the tower. I didn't look up. I didn't look down. I didn't look left, right. I only looked at the stairs in front of me. And the hand. Where are you putting your hand next? Where's your next foot going? Where's your hand going? Where's your foot going? And eventually I get to the ladder that goes up through the floor of the booth at the top. And I get up to the top, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, wow, I did it. And, the wind's whipping around. All the windows in the top of this thing are blown out. There's broken glass all over the place. There's graffiti. There's, vandalism. This thing is rickety and old. Like, the thing is just swaying back and forth as I'm sitting up there. And I'm like, I'm on my knees. I don't even want to stand up in this thing, even though now I'm in the booth at the top. There's a hardwood floor. It feels like I'm walled in. I'm not going to fall out. The only thing I could picture in my mind is a good gust of wind could come along and just knock the whole thing down. But I figured if it's been standing this long, it's probably going to make it another day. And I got some really cool photographs up there. I spent a few minutes up there, felt really good about it, but now I got to come down. And one of the things about mountain climbing or doing, going up is easy enough. Usually coming down is the harder part. It's usually a lot more difficult to come down than it is to go up. And so, but once again, I have no choice. I got to go down. So I did the same thing. You just look at what's right in front of you. Don't look up. Don't look down. Don't look to the sides. Don't look over the edge. Don't look anywhere that's going to freak you out. And just focus on where you putting your foot, where you putting your hand. Just block everything else out. Don't think about the wind. Don't think about anything. And just one foot at a time. Foot, hold, hand hold, foot, hand hold, foot, hand hold. Work your way down. And eventually I got down to the ground, and she was laughing hysterically because the whole time I'm going up and down these stairs, I'm just like, holy shit, oh my God. I'm just like, I can't hide it. I can't hide how, but whatever, I did it. I got up to the top, I came back down, I didn't puss out, it all worked out. And So I felt good about myself at the end of the day. And, you know, if it wasn't for that situation, I would have never gone to the top of this tower. And like a year after this, Maryland came and tore the thing down because it was about to fall down and it was unsafe. The state finally came over and tore it down. There's a stump on the, you know, there's concrete stumps on the ground where all the pylons or whatever, the anchors used to be bolted to, and, you know, you can see the remnants of it, but it's gone. So if it wasn't for that situation and it wasn't for the fact that I was able to do that, I would have never had that experience of going to the top of this thing. And, you know, so I'll thank her for that. It was a real fun day. It was a fun experience and that experience actually helped me. I've been on some pretty scary mountain climbs and some pretty scary hikes that made that seem pale in comparison, but that experience kind of helped me it taught me how to do those things without freaking out. And so it's kind of a metaphor for, you know, what I'm going through right now. If I look to the side, if I look to the other side, if I look up, I look down, it's scary as hell. You know, I'm standing on the edge of a virtual cliff right now, and I'm about to fall off. But my job is to just focus on the trail in front of me and take one step at a time and, you know, make sure that each step that I take is a solid step. I got more company coming. So, you know, man, I can't stand this. But make sure each step that you take is a solid step. And make sure you've got a solid foothold each step of the way. And, you know, focus on one thing at a time. Don't try to get overwhelmed with everything that could go wrong or everything that could... every bad thing that could happen to you, because then you're gonna slip and you're gonna fall because you're not paying attention to what you're supposed to be paying attention to. Let's see, the trolls are out in force. You know, it's still 99 positive comments for every negative comment. But one of the trolls I was talking about the other day that I couldn't remember what he said. It's like I told you in that video, as soon as I shut off the camera, I remembered what the guy was saying. And this guy. So I might have to hit stop on this. We'll see if it's one of these random people that want to come up and talk to me for half an hour. And I got 2 hours to kill, so why not at this point? I'm just gonna... What's this? I'm gonna hit stop. All right, I'm back. I hate having to splice these videos together because now I've got time, but that threw me way off. Some freaking weirdo just shows up, standing 10 feet away, staring at me, and like acting weird, like he's about to do something. And you know, you got to be aware of that's why I'm constantly looking around. Every time I'm on this video with you, I'm looking this way, I'm looking at what was that, because this town's crazy and it's full of freaks and weirdos and people that are out to do you harm. And it's not a safe place. Jamestown's I'm way more comfortable in downtown Pittsburgh, and there's way more people down there. And, you know, but the proportion of people that you have to watch out for is way, way higher here. This place is crazy. Just gonna say that. And so, yeah, I mean, there's this guy standing 10 feet away just staring at me and just like what's he about to do? Is he gonna come up and start talking to me, or is he just gonna act weird, or what's he gonna do? Open up his fucking trench coat and sorry, I didn't mean to swear, but oh my goodness, man, this place is just, if God wants me to go to Pittsburgh, just tell me when. Just tell me when. My bag's ready. I could be ready in 15 minutes. I could be ready in 15 minutes to get out of here. My only concern is when I look at the homeless situation down in Pittsburgh, I guarantee you that any shelter I end up in, any situation like that, is going to be 100 times worse because it's a bigger city. People don't care about you. It's, I'm just going to be treated like a total piece of trash and tossed, who knows, some lice and bedbug-ridden hellhole where I wake up and my shoes are gone in the morning. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it's going to be. And I'm nervous about that. I don't know what other options I'm going to have. And it's dry. That's the only thing I'm really truly concerned about when it comes to being forced to go there without a place to live. So I was talking about the trolls, and one of the troll comments was, you need to stop pushing your religious views on all of us. I see what you're doing. You're putting on this whole act of being homeless and trying to act like you're this cool guy, and then you sneak in all your religious views on us, and that's not cool, man. That's not cool. Hold on. Am I pushing my religious views on you? Am I forcing you to watch this channel? Did I show up at your house and hold you up at gunpoint and say, I need you to go to my YouTube channel right now and watch this video, and don't you dare hit the stop button until the video's done? I don't believe that I made you watch anything. And what? I snuck in through the ducked under the bushes and then popped up and said, Jesus is your Lord and Savior, and he died for your sins on the cross. Like, did I sneak that in? No, I'm just talking about my own experience and what I believe. Nobody's forcing you to watch this channel, but every time you show up and you watch it, I'm getting the algorithm love from YouTube, and that means I'm getting more watch hours, I'm getting more subscribers, I'm getting more views. So, keep it up, keep showing up, keep throwing them troll comments down in the comments section. We're good. I'm not gonna delete them. I'm not gonna censor you. YouTube might. YouTube is all about the censorship. I'm not. So, do what you gotta do. One other troll said, I said something in a video about not having time to edit these videos, and they're off the cuff, and I'm not going through and putting fancy editing in. And somebody said, how do you not have time to edit videos? You're homeless. You don't have a job. How do you have nothing but time on your hands? And I'm thinking, well, that must be real easy for you to say in your comfortable home, sitting on your couch today on your day off, about how much free time I supposedly have to sit here and edit videos. If you want to know how difficult it might be, get rid of everything you own, get rid of your home, get rid of your vehicles, pack a hiking backpack with about 50 pounds worth of gear that you think you would need to survive if you don't have a roof over your head, and then just walk off into the sunset. And let's see how quickly you find a place to work, and let's see how much free time you have to edit those videos and do that motion graphics and do the professional audio engineering and all of the things that go into the high-end productions on YouTube. Let's see how good of a job you do with that. And, feel free to hit me up, send me a direct message, go to my website at litgood.com and fill out the email form and let me know when you get your project done, and I'll come check it out. And if you do a better job than me, I'll take back what I said just now. Let's see. Most of the comments are supportive. Like I said, 99 out of 100. And that's awesome. I think that blows my mind. It also tells me that I'm going to get a job. Somebody out there is going to look past this whole situation and say, we want you to work with us. We see what you did. I just had a conversation with somebody the other day, and she was telling me, the first thing she said to me was, Adam, you're going to have to change your name. You're never going to get another job in your life. You won't even be able to get a job at Burger King until you change your name. You're going to have to, you're going to have to go down to the courthouse and change your name so that you can find a job. And I'm like, gee, thanks for that ray of sunshine, and thanks for that motivational speech this morning as I'm getting ready to go on this job interview today. That was great. Thank you for that. And she said, as far as political views go, you and I are on completely opposite ends of the spectrum. She's like, I just want you to know that. I don't believe the things you believe, and we are not on the same team. She's like, but this government, they railroaded you, man. They took your situation and decided, we are going to completely destroy that guy's life. They destroyed your reputation. They took your name and smeared it all over the national news. They made it so that you will never be able to live a day of your life without somebody bringing this up to you. And, they've made it so that they've purposely gone out of their way to try and make it so that you can never put your life back together. And that's spiteful. And she goes, and I'm disgusted by that. Like, this government went too far. She said, I'm completely disgusted with these people in charge by what they did to you. She's like, I'm not saying what you did was a good thing, but you didn't deserve the level of revenge that they took against you. That I'm completely disgusted with this government just based on what they did to you right now. And I'm telling you, everybody I talk to, everywhere I go, it's the same thing. I mean, if I were to get opinions from 100 random people, 98 of those people are going to say the government went too far. I can't believe they did what they did to you. Yeah, you did something stupid. You said some really bad things. But it's absolutely crazy what this government went and did to you. It was spiteful, vengeful. They maliciously went after you and tried purposely to completely destroy your life and completely destroy you to the point where you will never even be able to get a job at Burger King again, let alone put your life back together. They want you to, they probably want you to kill yourself. They want to drive you to suicide. And it's not going to work, people. It's not going to work. So if that ever shows up in the news, he just couldn't take it anymore. He made a bad mistake and he just couldn't recover from it. And, he just decided today was the day that I've had enough. No. If they say that I shot myself twice in the back of my head and they found my body laying in a park somewhere, well, it's just another, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself either. We all know this. I don't know a single person who believes he did. Not one person. We're just going to leave it there. But these are the reasons why I believe as long as I keep plugging away at this and I keep trying and I keep filling out job applications, I keep going on interviews and I keep talking to people, if 99 people out of every 100 people I talk to, or 99 out of every 100 comments I get here on this YouTube channel are positive, saying you deserve another chance, you didn't deserve, you did something stupid, but you didn't deserve the level of destruction of your life that they dished out to you. This over and over and over and over again, this is what people are telling me. Even people that don't like me are telling me that. And so all that tells me is that one of these days I'm going to go to a job interview and they're going to be like, they arrested you for what? What? That's what? All right, you're hired. We're good. Just, don't do something stupid on social media again, or we're going to have to let you go. We'll be watching you. So, but somebody's going to say, you can come work for us, because they're going to be just as disgusted about what this out of control dictatorship did to a guy like me for making a stupid mistake like that. And keep in mind, I had a cellmate in prison who killed somebody. He killed somebody, and they gave him 14 months. And I had a couple of mean social media posts, and they gave me 2 years. Now, is that fair? I don't believe, if you put those two cases side by side, the scales of justice are not balanced, my friends. The scales of justice are not balanced. They say justice is blind. No. Justice is for just us, and that's for the people in charge. It's not for you. It's not for me. It's not for us peasants that, whose vote doesn't even count anymore. And I'm just going to leave it there. Let's see. I've talked about, those are all the things that I had on my list to talk about today. So I'm going to have to figure out how to put these two videos together into one, and I'm going to try and do it without some goofy logo in the corner. With a free app or something, and then I've got to find a way to upload it. And I'm going to the library, and I'm gonna sit and grind and see if I can figure out this job situation and see if I can figure some other things out. And with that, I'll talk to you later.